last time you were here, we talked about obviously what you guys do, your thoughts on a lot of different, stuff within the crypto world, NFTs and blockchain, and what you thought about altcoins and whatnot. And then you said you're gonna have to come back because you got big announcements and you got all kinds of stuff. So just lead off with that.
Yeah, man. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, we announced that we bought the data center business of the publicly traded company called TerraGo. Why does this matter? 2 reasons. Number one, we're the only miner that now has a completely uncorrelated, but still relatively same industry theme in terms of digitalization business. So 400 commercial customers, 10% of which are in gaming and special effects. And then the traditional underutilized capacity of data centers, we're actually going to be filling with miners and with infrastructure to support a lot of the budding applications that are coming up in the blockchain ecosystem. In particular, things like providing storage, NFT storage, effectively being like the AWS, the Amazon Web Services.
Welcome, for all things Web3 and
to the big gaming. That's what we're thinking. That's where we're going towards. Incredibly fired up about it because we're OG Bitcoin hodlers. We believe in Bitcoin. We believe in the blockchain, but we also don't think that just mine and hodl is where this whole paradigm shift ends. And so, we're really pumped to start getting into things like blockchain gaming and Web3, and we're really fired up about it. And so I was super excited that I could finally use my words and talk about it with you guys.
Okay. I've noticed that Hut's been doing pretty well ever since they announced their that you guys had mined. What was it, 8,000 something last year?
So no, we're at 5,826.
That's what the 8 was. So it was the 5,826. Yeah. So I saw that. And then also, you keep bringing up Web3. Can I ask you a question that's outside of the realm of the investor relations person for Hut and just a personal question?
VP Corp Dev, but yes. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on NFTs?
That's so funny. I was on 2 different podcasts yesterday and they also asked me the same thing.
Well, okay. I wasn't going to ask it, but you brought up Web3. I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. So look, I'm going to answer in 2 ways. I'm going to answer from Hut and I'm going to answer from Sue. Hut 8, we just see opportunity in terms of being able to provide the infrastructure storage support that a lot of these NFT projects need and can't get right now in a cost efficient way. Sue personally is an NFT investor, especially recently as of late. So I was in Miami 2 weeks ago.
Investor or trader?
Investor, I haven't traded yet. But I was in Miami 2 weeks ago and I was at this dinner with a bunch of crypto OGs. I'm talking like 2011, 2013 crypto Gs. And they were telling me about, have you heard of the dick butts, crypto dick butts?
Maybe.
Bueller? Okay, so anyways, they're telling me about crypto dick butts, which is effectively like the Rosetta Stone of internet meme culture, right? So
yes.
I might have bought one. This is him.
How much did that cost you?
I'd rather not say.
You're gonna have to. You brought it up. Therefore, it is. How much did that cost you?
I think I spent like 1 ETH.
Oh, then that's not okay. That's just for fun.
Yeah, no. I didn't even spend an ETH. I spent about 0.3 ETH, and I've been getting some bids, so I feel justified.
Well, no, I appreciate it because I just screenshotted it. Now I own it too.
I know, right?
See, I'm in the other category. I'm a guy who went through collectibles and trading during hot markets. You're old enough to remember Beanie Babies, okay?
And Pogs. I remember Pogs.
Hey, first off, I still have my Pogs, okay? Don't you ever you put some respect on that name, first of all.
That's actually amazing. You probably can make a killing off of
I don't want to. I still have my old baseball cards as well. So here's what I'm going to say. Is that, first off, the market's dying while we're talking. But I believe that NFTs are the digital Beanie Babies. That's just me.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a small window. A lot of people are going to make some money, and then eventually a lot of people are going to lose some money. And I think that, I don't know, I'm obviously guessing, but I'm also skeptical of the metaverse too. I think that the whole idea of Facebook and the metaverse, there's too much hype there. I think that augmented reality is the future, but it's so far off, and there's so much that has to be done that all these people spending millions of dollars on digital real estate is just a little bit outside. Maybe I'm boomer.
No. You know what? I'm boomering with you in the sense that I read this article the other day that some law firm bought space in the metaverse. Why?
How do you
they're
buy
setting up their
space?
law practice.
It's a big thing.
Setting up their law practice. They basically bought land. I think it was in Sandbox, and they're setting up a law practice in the metaverse. Like, first of all, that's probably the last place anyone wants to see a law firm. And two, to your point, that was just a very expensive marketing exercise, in my opinion, that actually has no real legs. But yeah, to answer your question, I am an NFT owner.
Yeah, but you're doing it kind of for fun. You're not on that train of this is going to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars and I'm going to be rich because of it.
Oh no, I'm not like I'm going to retire on my crypto dick butts. Like, no, absolutely not.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I gotta make sure that I keep the integrity of the channel. All right, now I want to ask you a couple other things. So when you came last time, we had difference of opinion on where the bottom of Bitcoin was. I thought it was 33, 36. You were a little bit higher on that. We ended up seeing it get down to 33, whatever, and then bounce back up, and now we're at 45. Are you still a believer in 100,000 this year on Bitcoin, or is that a little bit? Have you changed with all the regulation, the rate hikes, and everything?
Okay, so I think definitely I don't see 100,000. Sue's opinion, not Hade. I don't see 100,000 Q1, Q2. Mm-hmm. I think honestly, if we see some mega default, like Turkey's a gong show right now. If Turkey continues to go the way it's going with respect to their currency, I think that we could see $100,000 Bitcoin based on that. Like, we need sort of a big currency failure, I think. Not just that. That's not just what we need.
We need a big currency failure. I'm going to tell my grandparents that they're going to die hungry because we need a currency failure by Sue.
I just mean, I think that would be $100,000 Bitcoin within overnight. And I do think once the preliminary rates actually start getting hiked, I don't think there's going to be as much hysteria, and I think we'll see the Bitcoin run start again. But Q1, Q2, I think is going to be a bit sideways.
Okay. Yeah, I just sold my, while we were talking, I just sold my SPY puts that I've been holding all day for 100% right now because the market just absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, 7.
I don't know what the news was, but the S&P just fell a full percent since we started talking.
It was 7.5 CPI. That's what just came in.
Yeah, but that was earlier today. It in the last 4 minutes, it just fell a full 0.95%. So I just sold my puts on that one. Okay. Now, I know we have limited time, especially with my boomer stuff, but a couple things I want to go with you too and get your opinion, because I feel like last time we got strictly VP investor relations, and this time I want a little bit more Sue and you and whatever. I know you had to reschedule because you had some other podcasts that you had to go to instead. But question: have you seen the Razzle Dazzle Turkish rap video?
Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no, I haven't. And that's been on my to-do list for today. Thank you for reminding me. I haven't seen it.
It slaps. I'm not going to lie.
I believe it.
It's horrible, but it's so bad that it's good.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And the fact that they were laundering $3.6 billion worth of Bitcoin, were caught because she wanted to be a rapper. And the only money they actually made from this was a $500 Walmart gift card. Makes the story of the millennial for me.
I can't wait for this trial to unfold. I think we're going to hear the juiciest details. I can't wait to get my popcorn and just watch what comes out of this trial.
Well, the news of, just so you're aware, the news that just came out while we were talking is that Bullard, who is obviously the most hawkish of the Fed presidents, has just stated that he expects a 100 basis point increase by July 1st for rates.
Really interesting. I mean, that would explain maybe why Bitcoin has finally figured out its role.
Are you on the believer that Bitcoin is the new gold when it comes to hedging against inflation?
I mean, it certainly hasn't been trading like it is, but it's certainly been rallying since 1218. I don't know. I mean, I think in the fundamental pillars of Bitcoin, yes, but how it's been trading this past year, no, absolutely not. It's trading like a long tech equity, but it's starting to get some legs right now since that announcement in the SPY is dropping. So who knows? Maybe it's finally.
Okay, I mean, I was just curious because when I look at crypto, because like I said, the reason I like bringing you on here is because you know way more about the intricacies and the backing of crypto than I do. It's not my space. It's just not, and I try not to pretend like I know more than I do. However, I do see some people that try to over say, oh, well, I know exactly what everything's going to do because of this. And I'm like, no, you don't. There's no way of knowing what the future is going to hold.
My God, no one knows.
Yeah, we can
None
only
of us
kind
know
of
what
put
we're
the
doing.
pieces together. So,
Yeah.
once again, guys, for those of you guys that are watching that are here for the first time, please understand that this is not a call to action for you to invest in this company or for you to buy Hut or any of its competitors or anything like that. This is just somebody that is I was going to call you a fan almost, a follower of the channel and the community who lurks sometimes. And you say that on every single podcast you go on. You go on like 9 podcasts a week. Stop it. Just stop it.
Okay.
Don't lie to me.
True. But okay, carry on.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so, but this is, this is very important to see somebody that's in the space and knows all the key points to say to investors, as well as understanding the back end and what is important. So I just like to bring Sue on. Now that we've gotten out of dick butts, we've gotten out of NFTs, we've gotten out of Beanie Babies and everything like that. Is it cool if we open up to some more questions from these guys like last time?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And before we get into that, last time you said, I asked you a question. I said, if you woke up and you had 1,000 Bitcoin in your bank account, what would you do? You said the first thing you would do is take a big, sexy family vacation. So I didn't really understand what you meant. So I looked online, and apparently it depends on where you're from. That means something differently.
What did you find online?
Well, if you just don't ask anybody from the Deep South.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to leave at that.
I'm going to Google that when we're done.
No, don't. You're at work right now. Okay. It led me to a dating app called Ancestry.com. Okay. Now, what I wanted to put at is I want to go over some of these questions with you because I feel like that it's really awesome to have somebody in the industry that we get to see that's not here to pump anything, hopefully. And not that you are, but want to bring you on because you seem like you're pretty intellectually honest about this and you're pretty straightforward. I am going to just bring up some of those questions and see if you can, see if you have a take on some of them. Just simply because I think that, like I said, it's a really good opportunity to have the community and, retail side. Like you said last time, retail traders are the future as shareholders. Absolutely. And you want people to be informed rather than just degen. So I'm going to jump into that real quick. I'm going to go into the, where is it at, guys? Is it in crypto in Discord? For last time, let me take a look. Yeah, here we go. All right. Here you go. Here's a question about you to get it started. To preface, Stocky's community is heavily influenced by video games and anime. Did you play video games or watch anime, and how has video games and anime influenced any success within your career or professional life? This is coming from a big weeb, so please understand that first.
Awesome. So
he's in, boys.
When I was younger, it was like, and I'm really going to date myself here, it was like Sega Genesis, Mario Go-Kart. But I will say, I started getting into blockchain gaming in 2017 because I was working at one of the actually only legit cryptocurrency exchanges in Canada in 2017 called CoinSquare. So we were the only guys who weren't basically accepting bags of cash for Bitcoin, at our front door. Nice. So I actually, worked with some of the early Axiom Zen, so founders of CryptoKitties, that eventually turned into Dapper Labs. I was actually helping some of those guys offload some of the Ethereum they had received for the CryptoKitty NFTs. And I also worked with some of the other early ETH blockchain gamers, Guild of Guardians, like way back in the day, chatted with them quite a bit.
What's up? So, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I want to make sure I'm on the same page as you. What is a blockchain game?
So like a video game, but that uses the blockchain so that you can cross like your tokenized assets can cross platforms and you can use them in other games. Like you're not held hostage to the traditional gaming developers platform.
Just like that Penguin game?
Yeah, the Penguin game's one of them. Yeah.
I forgot what it was called. What was it called?
I think I know what you're talking about. But you're also making me think of Pingu. Remember Pingu?
No, I don't. Club Penguin. There you go. Club Penguin.
Club Penguin. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe they're blockchain game. So yeah, I played some of the old school ones when I was younger, but it's really crazy to see some of the guys I was talking to in 2017 who are now billionaires running like NBA Top Shot. when they first started in 2017. So
okay, all right. All right, next one I got here. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, and I really you didn't expect full professionalism when you came here, but this is a question, and it is a very controversial topic in our community.
Okay.
And I've had this question several times, so I'm just going to get it out of the way early.
Okay.
The aesthetics of toilet paper. Does it go paper over or paper under?
Oh my God, paper under. Absolutely.
Thank you. Fucking thank you. Absolutely. Oh my God.
Paper over. You're at risk of like an avalanche of overflow. Paper under, like no, paper under.
Paper under, overflow. Here's the thing. Not only that, you pull too much, you end up wasting it, having to spend more money. What if you have something on your hand and you get it on the top when you're trying to pull it down, and then you soak it all the way through the toilet paper? Now you've ruined the toilet paper. Your cat or dog is thank you.
Aligned, absolutely aligned.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you're welcome back anytime. All right. Here's one. Hi, Sue. Are there any current or future partnerships like Hut used to have with Bitfury? Or in other words, how does Hut 8 make sure that they are in the front of the row for new mining rigs?
Yeah, so no, we won't be signing any exclusivity agreements, at least not that I'm aware of right now. We like the optionality of being able to do business with whoever we want. But we are the authorized repair center for MicroBT, one of the top mining manufacturers out of China. So we're their authorized repair center out of Canada for North America and for Northern Europe. Mm-hmm. So we got a great relationship with MicroBT. They have awesome customer service, got us closer to the supply chain because we're a priority partner for them as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we've got a great relationship with MicroBT. Also, it helps that Jamie, our CEO, she's been in the traditional tech and high performance computing space for the past 20 years. So she has really strong relationships with providers like NVIDIA and Intel. So we're really pumped to see what Intel comes out with next week with the specs on their new mining machines. Yeah, I've been watching that. I know you guys were like, you somehow like murdered somebody and got all their NVIDIA GPUs before the thing happen. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you guys, I remember the announcement when I was first investing, when I was just like making all this money, and you guys got all these NVIDIA. I'm like, where the hell are they getting them? And I thought maybe somebody at your company was like scalping them and like throwing them online or something. And I was like, oh, they're using them because they're mining more Bitcoin. I got it. Or like had nudes of the CEO. No, it's not that. It's Jamie's relationship. She's been in the industry for so long that she's an OG. Everyone knows her. And so, we get sort of VIP access when new stuff comes down the line. That's fair. I was just laughing earlier because after you said the toilet paper thing, like apparently my Discord and the community erupted and like everybody's dumping their Hut shares now. And then the other half are buying the ones that they're selling. So I guess we'll see what happens. I'm not sorry, guys. I'm sticking to my guns. There you go. All right. In regards to recent congressional hearings around regulating Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, would you rather fight a 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? You idiot! They got me. I'm sorry. Answer the question. That's amazing. So what's the question? Would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses. Probably do the 1 horse-sized duck. See, you could at least, if you're pretty swift and crafty, you could get around it. But a bunch of duck-sized horses. Number one, that'd be a ton of manure wherever you are. You'd be sliding in all kinds of shit. You're fighting them. You're not living with them. No, I know, but it's like a cage match or something. Yeah, I'm gonna say duck-sized horse. See, I have to disagree with you there. Have you ever seen a duck? They're very, very aggressive, and here's the thing about a duck, and I'm going to say something that I shouldn't tell you. I'm not going to say the full part because it's been on my stream before. But here's the thing. Ducks, they seem annoying because they're small. But if you make one of those things giant, remember, they have razor sharp little teeth that at that size, their teeth are going to be about 1 to 3 inches. So if they bite you and go like that, they can actually rip your arm or your flesh off. Number 2 is the fact that they are very, I don't want to use the word, very aggressive when it comes to certain things. Okay. They are known in the animal industry or in the animal world as very blanky. So much so that the female has actually had to develop 2 separate, because this happens.
and they're corkscrew shaped, so that could be very, very violent as well. So based on that, I know this is very weird, not the conversation you thought you were going to have, but based on that, I would go for the duck-sized horses.
You're right, actually. I would go for the duck-sized horses then. I didn't think about the corkscrews.
Yeah.
Or the razor-sharp teeth. Yeah. I changed my opinion. I'm going to say duck-sized horses.
Okay, she's never coming back on. Okay, let's get... I didn't ask the question. All right, here we go. What are your thoughts on quantum computing posing a risk to cryptocurrency in the future?
Oh my God, I love this question so I've been in the industry for 4.5 years, which honestly isn't that long relative to the OGs, but I guess it is pretty long relative to a lot of people who have gotten in this most recent bull market. So I've been in since late 2016. We used to talk a lot about quantum computing in 2018, just because that's sort of when it became like the hot topic. If quant computers are hacking the Bitcoin blockchain, you are guaranteed that your bank account and every single piece of your identity has already been compromised. Not only that, it wouldn't be the right target for a quant computing hacker to target the Bitcoin network, because everyone would be able to see that it was happening in real time and dump their coins, or just walk away from that chain altogether. And that therefore would completely negate the purpose of even trying to hack that chain, because the value of what you're effectively trying to get won't be there. But yeah, quant computers will have a way easier time with like your bank account and your personal ID, your records, than they would, for example, the Bitcoin blockchain.
So, there's something that I talked about on this the podcast that I do, where the IRS had actually just was planning on doing a facial scan recognition to allow access to your tax records. And they actually they just nixed it because they realized there was going to be some outcry. As far as digital currencies, blockchains, and like that, what is your thought on some kind of technology like that to protect your money? Kind of like that movie In Time. Did you ever see that movie In Time?
No, I didn't see In Time. Who was in it?
So it was with Justin Timberlake and some other actress. And in the future, you don't get paid in money; you get paid in lifetime. So they give you time on your that you get to live, right? So if you go to work, you get 8 hours of work, they give you 12 hours of life, and they add it to your little biological clock. And rich people have tens of thousands of years that they live because they get so much time, instead of poor people who have to literally work just to survive, kind of thing. And so, it was this idea of currency no longer being about money; it's about being something else. And in this case, it's actually a decent movie. It was under appreciated in my opinion. But I think that was probably not the right thing to lift into. But I was trying to put is like if digital currency replaces regular currency in the future, right? Safeguards, protections of your wallet. What's the best way? Just a key?
Well, that's a really good question. I'm not sure. I mean, 2FA is pretty good so far. I think better and greater sophistication with hardware wallets would be great. I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't think I have a good answer for that.
Yeah, I think that's one of my big concerns, outside of just how will we get it to a point where it's stable enough to be considered a currency with merchants and whatnot. But my biggest concern in the future is always we always talk about security. And does this allow for the government to come in and say it's a national security issue? We have to protect people's money. We have to protect people's assets. And then all of a sudden now you have government oversight and they say, well, you have to have a government regulated coin. Like, I feel like that's the one thing nobody ever talks about is where is the protection?
But that's the problem too, with all these CBDC, central bank digital currency projects that are coming out. There's something like 53 countries now that have publicly stated they're going to do that. That is a direct surveillance tool. Yes, I agree with some of the benefits, i.e. you can get money in the hands of people who need it a lot faster. I'm assuming some efficiencies with respect to taxation would be in there as well. But you also now are effectively letting the government surveil where you spend your money, how you spend your money. Like there's some major privacy problems with a lot of these CBDCs that are coming out. And not surprising that China is like one of the first countries to really, really hone in on making that proof of concept a reality. So
what's your social credit score in China?
I haven't been to China, but it would probably be, Oh, my social credit score, my I don't know. What's yours? What do you think?
I'm not even allowed to travel at any point. Like, I'm not. It's bad. I was just wondering because I am not really the guy. I think I lost all of it when I called them West Taiwan once, and then all of a sudden, like, my viewership died. And I think it's the bots that I used to pump my channel with. There was tens of thousands of them. They pulled the plug. So okay. Here's another question.
Look, I recycle. My social credit definitely would be good on that front. I know recycling is a big part of the social credit system, but.
Well, not anymore. You can my town won't even do recycling anymore. They said it's so non-cost effective anymore that other countries, and especially China, will no longer take the recycling because it's so mixed up and it's no longer cost effective. So they're not recycling. Nobody wants recyclable stuff anymore, and so now they're just incinerating it for energy. Why doesn't Hut do that? Trash is free.
Look, I know we're just joking around, but there are some pretty cool things or alternatives that are coming out with how to manage trash. There's a parasite or a worm that scientists have found that actually thrives and eats plastic. And look, one of the benefits of Bitcoin mining infrastructure is that it is incentivized to use the lowest cost possible energy. And it's relatively portable infrastructure. So look, there could be a world where Bitcoin miners are set up beside an incinerator. That is actually within legitimately the realm of possibility.
Okay. Hi, Sue. Why is redo of Healer your favorite anime? Okay, we're moving on. I have no idea what that meant. Hi, Sue. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day for this interview. We've seen that there are problems with accepting cryptocurrency because of recent rug pulls, and a lot of people claiming that Bitcoin and altcoins are too volatile. What are your thoughts on Greek being?
What are my thoughts on what? Wait, you just kind of.
This is a really bad idea. Okay, let me go back to some old questions. Okay. All right, here you go. When describing Web 3.0, you mentioned gaming among other buzzwords. What role does gaming play in Web 3.0? Does it play a unique role, or will gaming be a medium to integrate other aspects such as in-game purchasable NFTs?
Yeah. I would, definitely a medium to integrate other aspects like NFTs, just being able to like quite frankly, just a renaissance in player first gaming technology. It was really cool to see what happened with Axie Infinity last year, about how it really took off in Venezuela. And you had people who are normally used to making like $2 a week were now able to make $35 a day, I believe, playing Axie Infinity. So I think it's really going to be more about that player first gaming technology, NFTs, in-game purchases, cross-chain transfer. So you can actually transfer and use the assets that you've earned in-game in other games, which is really cool. That's actually why Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, he's got a story. That's why he even built Ethereum in 2007. He got to some crazy level of, let's say, like World of Warcraft. And then the game manufacturer did an upgrade and he lost all of his in-game assets. And that was actually one of his reasons behind even starting a decentralized network like Ethereum. Because he was like, this is crazy that I put all this time and effort and personal economy into these assets and the gamer just took them away from me. So.
Okay. A couple more because I know you don't have much time. Here you go. What is the name of your dog? What you had last time you had a dog? Apparently everybody wants to know your dog's name.
Yeah, so my dog's name is Sister Myrtle May Featherwood, but she goes by Myrtle, but that's her maiden name.
Okay. All right. Wow. All right. So here we go. Wasn't expecting that answer. You have a lot of interesting volunteer experiences on LinkedIn, from jungle survival courses, marathoner to shark research. Are you still active in volunteering, and are you training for any marathons coming up?
I am not training for marathon right now, but I am actually sourcing what my next one's going to be. Volunteering, we have some cool stuff that we're probably going to be doing through Hut, but yeah, I did like a jungle survival course in Amazon Guyana in 2017, and it was insane. I would probably give it a 1-star Yelp review. It was like so hard, and there's so many ways to die in the jungle.
Yeah.
And then, and working on the shark research boat was really cool. I probably would do that again. I would do that again. Sharks are actually like incredibly docile animals, which I'm sure a lot of your listeners already know. Working on a shark research boat was kind of like standing around the cooler at work. Like sharks just sort of circle, they chill, they have a coffee. Like they're not these aggressive animals that you see in Jaws or, Shark Attack Week. So
it's kind of like in Florida when we have gators and stuff. Everybody's like, oh my God, I'm going to get eaten by a gator. I'm like, no, the only body who's going to eat by a gator is your kid. And other than that, just don't go by the water and you're fine. Like it's not that hard to not get eaten by a gator, right? Like, I mean,
they're not predating on humans.
Oh God. Why doesn't Hut sell shares for Bitcoin instead of US dollar?
Why doesn't Hut sell shares for Bitcoin instead of US dollar?
That's a weird question, but I guess it's fun for make-believe.
I don't hate the idea. I don't hate the idea at all. I don't think there's a giant share. I don't think there's a traditional investor in the space that would be okay with that yet.
I don't know. Why not give it a shot? That we got a cool PR move. Sell 1,000 shares at $5 worth of crypto or something.
Yeah, I don't, I also love the idea. And again, I'm not confirming that we're doing this at all. This is just Sue talking. I love the idea of being able to issue like a dividend or like a piece of a Bitcoin to shareholders. Like, I don't know.
We have a company that recently did that. I forgot the name of it, BitZ or something.
Yeah, it's BCIS, I think it was, or BTIC.
Yeah.
But they issued the first Bitcoin dividend, and I love that idea. We have talked about it. We haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, obviously. But I think personally, Sue thinks it's a great idea.
Now, this is probably you're like the definite crypto bro, but like not a bro, but a bro, I guess. Would you consider yourself a crypto bro?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. These athletes that are coming out and they're buying. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because I'm gonna start this off with skepticism, but then lead it into potential in the future. So I have this thing where I try to help out. I've helped out professional athletes in the past, and baseball players, it doesn't seem to help have as much of a problem with because they kind of go through the grind of going through the system and learning how to deal with money. But so many other professional players, especially basketball and professional football, these kids go in, they get these massive contracts, they get all this money, they go out and blow it, they spend it, they don't save it, they don't invest it, they don't realize that their career is going to be over in a matter of a couple years or whatever. They get out, they go bankrupt, and they're bankrupt. I mean, it's something like 60 to 70% of professional athletes lose all their money or go bankrupt after it. Yeah. Now, your thoughts on these professional young athletes getting on this crypto bro hype train and taking their entire salaries or several millions of dollars worth of their salary in Bitcoin instead of traditional US dollar. Now, before you answer, the reason that I bring that up is there's a couple that got their signing bonus in Bitcoin was at 60,000 and they immediately lost 50% or were down 50%. And then in order to spend their money, they have to then convert it to currency as well into fiat. So as in a crypto bro versus a if you were a mother and this was your kid, or you're a brother or your father was a good professional athlete and you would tell them what you think, what's your opinion on this?
You know what? I would say personally, I would probably advise take like 25%. If you're really gung-ho and pro Bitcoin, take 25%. Or take all of it if you don't care about the fact that it could potentially lose 50% overnight or be down 28% in a week. If it's a long-term investment horizon, take Bitcoin, take like 75% if it's a long-term investment horizon in Bitcoin, and then 25% for day-to-day playtime.
Okay, because what I would say. Yeah, because I'm just wondering, because I'm thinking to myself, why not just take all of it in cash and just buy Bitcoin? Like, I guess that would be my question for that is like, then you can leg in, leg out, buy the dips, whatever, rather than just getting a chunk at a certain price.
That's true. Actually, that's actually a good point.
Because once again, you can't use Bitcoin. It's like somebody offering you, not the same, but somebody offering you real estate in your contract, right? Like you can't eat it. You can use it as a hedge, or sell it for cash, but you can't actually use it to purchase anything. So I was just curious because this is something that we've seen a lot more of. Actually, Trevor Lawrence for the Jaguars took a portion of it in Bitcoin. So
Yeah, a couple of NBA players too. I can't remember their names right now, but I know it's pretty popular in the NBA as well.
Okay. And like I said, I'm not trying to be that skeptic because I'm an investor. I'm more of an investor in blockchain and mining because I'm always like, I don't want to play in the casino because I don't know who's going to win what. I'd rather just invest in the people who make the machines, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to go. So how much more time do you have?
I have time for one more question.
One more question, and then you got to go to your next important podcast. Okay, here we go. Here's the last one, and I'm not going to give it to my mod this time, but this is the one I wanted, and then obviously these guys love having you here, so we'll just have you come back again. Sue, I turn 18 in 2 months. Will you go to the prom with... Oh, my... Guys, stop it. How does Bitcoin obtain price stability? Hey, he shot his shot. I'll give him that.
How does Bitcoin obtain price stability? Look, I think the more and more adoption that we see coming down the pipeline will be incredibly helpful for stability. I mean, relatively speaking, in terms of the course of its history, Bitcoin has been pretty stable for the past year and a half. I mean, obviously it has traded sideways, it has traded down, but we didn't revert back to the $3,000 2019 Bitcoin prices. I know that there's some frameworks that some of the regulators of the banks are working on in the US, which is really awesome because it's effectively regulatory frameworks that would allow banks to accept Bitcoin as collateral. I actually think that report comes out in February. Mm-hmm. And if that happens, that's going to be awesome. And I think incredibly accretive to the stability and adoption of Bitcoin. Oh my God, I think if we had a spot ETF finally get approved in the US, that would be huge as well for price, at least for stability and adoption, although it would probably definitely shoot it to the upside. Yeah, that's my answer.
All right. And then I do have one last quick one because this is something I wanted to ask anyways last time. All right. Real quick. Let's say I'm somebody out there who's still skeptical and says, hey, listen, the best thing about Bitcoin is the worst thing. It's not regulated. So it's good because it's not centralized, but at the same time, there's no price stability. I think that, crypto is going to be something or digital currency in the future, but maybe a digital dollar or some other kind of, centralized currency. I'm on the fence here about crypto. Give me that little push that says, okay, this is actually an investment and not just a speculative, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. What would be your one quick answer to that, if you could?
I think my quick answer would be that you've got entire sovereign nations now and institutions actually adding Bitcoin and even Ethereum to their reserve treasury asset management strategy. You have banks like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs now offering product in the space. And I just think you'd be remiss to not be playing this asset class in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, that's actually a good answer. So if we mint a TheStockGuy coin, would Hut mine it for us?
I'll talk to my people.
I feel like every time you guys come on here, we stray further and further from God's light. Listen, Sue, thank you so much for coming back on. You're awesome as always. Listen, you're welcome back anytime because I love to have the crypto side of things on the show because I don't talk about it nearly enough. So please, anytime you're bored, I know you get like 60 interviews a week, but if you get bored, come back.
I will not. Even if I'm not bored, I want to come back because not to be a tease, but I do have some other stuff I'm really excited to talk about when I can. That's a little more relevant to you and your audience. So I will definitely be bugging you to have me back on.
You guys are flying me up there to do a IRL stream from your facility. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, we can do that. Oh, you mean like from our mining sites?
I don't know.
Look, we can do that, except the Wi-Fi there sucks. I tried to host an event from there like a year ago, and it was kind of a gong show.
Okay, well then I guess you guys
think about it.
Or just fly me up to y'all's headquarters, and we'll do an IRL stream together up there. That way, it works for crypto and it works for stocks, and I get a free shirt out of it. You guys get to write it off in your marketing budget, and everybody's happy.
I don't mind that idea.
Sounds good. Listen, Sue, thank you as always. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, I'm sure. Have a good one. And Doge to the moon? What are we going to the moon today?
Wouldn't mind my Immutable X, my IMX. That's the gaming Ethereum.
All right, she's pumping it. Get her off here. Get out of here. Bye.